So here's an article from South China Morning Post on China commending Nepal's decision to reject US partnership program. Now, Beijing says it will continue to support Kathmandu's independent and non-aligned foreign policy. And Nepal on Monday announced it would not move ahead with the SPP amid widespread opposition. Now, there is no widespread opposition. The only opposition is from China and the paid communist stooges who are in Nepal. Don't forget, Nepal, which used to be an independent country, the insurgency was fueled and funded by China to install the communist government in Nepal. So the top leadership of Nepal is beholden to China for staying in power against the wishes of the people of Nepal. Now moving on, China on Thursday said it commended Nepal's decision to reject a security partnership and would continue to support Kathmandu's independent foreign policy. Now, this was not an independent foreign policy because the money given was with no strings attached. But guess what? You can say anything you want. That's the communist way of doing things. Now, the foreign minister said Nepal saw the SVP as a military and security initiative closely linked to the US Indo-Pacific strategy. Now, is Nepal saying that they are now in the Chinese camp when they have free access to the huge Indian market and millions of Nepalis work in India? Because if that is the case, maybe India should start thinking about how Nepal should be shut off from entering India. But is that in India's best interest, that Nepal be enslaved by the Chinese overlords? No, it is not. So what we have to do is help Nepal not be enslaved by the Chinese. Now, Kathmandu on Monday said it would not go ahead. Well and good. A Nepal-friendly and close neighbor in strategic cooperative manner, China commends the Nepalese government decision, Wang told reporters in Beijing. Well, think about how much China had to do to get this to happen. I hope they gave more than $500 million because with no strings attached, because that is the difference between Chinese money and money from the US. The Chinese money have a lot of string attached, and it's like getting money from a bloody money lender. So China will continue to support Nepal in upholding its sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity and support Nepal's commitment to its independent and non-aligned foreign policy. This is not non-aligned foreign policy, it's enslavement by China of Nepal. Poor Hindu and Buddhist people being enslaved by the Chinese. That's what this is. Look at this man. Look at the way he looks at you. Nepal's decision is a setback for the US. Agreed. But it's a setback for India because India should have also put their credibility behind this. Because India should not forget, China is waging an all-out war against the Indian subcontinent. They have enslaved Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Sikkim, Bhutan, Burma, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Look at all the countries around you that are being enslaved by the Chinese. India needs to stand up and fight against this dire threat coming from the Chinese. The SPP is administered by the US National Guard Bureau, all that great stuff. Nepal itself first applied to join the SPP in 2015 and then after 2019 asked for the money. What happened here? During a visit to Nepal in April, there was a draft agreement signed and that's how the money came about. Now, after the Americans went back, the Chinese sent their people over saying, hey, better toe the line, otherwise we will take care of you. Now, this is what it is. Critics in Nepal have said that joining the SPP could be devastating for the country's ties with China. Having any ties with China is devastating. It's like being enslaved by a money lender. That's what it is, a hand-grabbing money lender. So the landlocked Himalayan nation is sandwiched between China and India. That's not true. It is sandwiched between Tibet and China. Tibet is a free country that was occupied by China. But hey, guess what? China bullies, people listen. So in February, Nepal Parliament ratified a $500 million grant. All that great stuff. Widespread protests which have been funded by China and the Communist Party. So that's where the world is at right now. We have to stand up and fight against getting enslaved by the Chinese juggernaut. Otherwise, we are in deep trouble. So Indians, stand up and fight against this huge threat coming against us. The divide and rule policies being followed by China. The all kinds of racist attacks against China. Demoralizing and the attack of the Indian people. This has to stop, and we have to stand up against these people.